here we go. Well, good evening, everybody, and welcome to the Edina Housing and Redevelopment Authority meeting for Thursday, September 9th, 2021. It is 8:56 p.m., and this is a special meeting of the Edina Housing and Redevelopment Authority following the City Council meeting. We're doing this in hybrid fashion, folks, if you're listening in. There's one opportunity during the HRA agenda to participate as a community member, and you can call in during community comment in person by calling 800-374-0221. It's numbers on the screen right now, conference ID 1788657. Give the operator your name, street address, and phone number. Press star 1 on the telephone keypad when you'd like to get in the queue to speak, and then a city staff member will greet you and bring you into the council meeting, or into the HRA meeting, excuse me. So now I'm going to call the meeting of the HRA to order and ask for a roll call from Clerk Allison for the HRA members.
Commissioner Anderson?
Here.
Commissioner Jackson?
Here.
Commissioner Pierce? Commissioner Staunton?
Here.
Chair Hovland?
Here. We have a form of meeting agenda in front of us this evening for the HRA. Is there anyone who wishes to modify the agenda in any form or fashion? Otherwise, I'll entertain a motion to approve the agenda as shown.
So moved.
Is there a second?
Second.
All right, we've got a motion by Member Staunton, or Commissioner Staunton, second by Commissioner Jackson, to approve the agenda as published. Any further discussion? All those in favor of approval of the meeting agenda, say aye. Aye. Opposed? Carried. Now we are on community comment. A reminder again, 800-374-0221, conference ID 1788657. It's on the screen now. If you want to call in and talk to the HRA about a matter that's not on the agenda tonight or scheduled for a future public hearing in front of the HRA, feel free to call in. And we're going to wait a few minutes to see if anybody calls in. Do we have anybody calling in, Dan? Yep.
We do not, but as you mentioned, there's a delay and then the unusual start time. I would advise waiting about a minute or so.
Okay. We'll wait for just a bit here.
But by count, it's been about 2 minutes and no callers on the line.
Thank you. All right, let's move on from community comment. We've got one matter to deal with this evening. We dealt with it on the City Council consent agenda, and that is establishing a budget for the HRA. So the council has already approved it, and Manager Neal is going to explain the resolution 2021-10, which is a proposed adoption of the budget establishing the proposed tax levy payable in 2022 to support the operations of the HRA. Manager Neal.
Thank you, Your Honor. This action asks the City Council to grant, the HRA to grant approval to the proposed property tax levy for 2022. We have a number of different property tax levies, and almost all of them are synced with the general fund statutory requirements that we'll be dealing with here at our second meeting in September. HRAs, though, for some reason have had an earlier date that need to be where we need to certify the property tax levy, and that's the action that we're proposing for you tonight. The proposal is to increase our current HRA tax levy from $230,400 to $237,300. That's an increase of $6,900, right at 3%. The HRA property tax levy is used to partially pay for the staff and office and consulting services that go along with our HRA activities, which are economic development and affordable housing. We have ramped up those kind of activities in our city in a very strong way in the last 5 years, and these funds are very important to allowing us to continue to do that. So we'd ask for your approval.
All right, questions on that matter for Executive Director Neal? All right. Is there a motion to approve Resolution 2021-10 adopting the proposed budget for the HRA and establishing a proposed tax levy payable in 2022 as delineated in Resolution 2021-10?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, we got a motion by Member Staunton, or Commissioner Staunton, second by Commissioner Jackson to approve the Resolution 2021-10 adopting the proposed budget for the HRA and establishing the proposed tax levy payable in 2022 to support that budget. Any further discussion? All those in favor of adopting the motion as stated, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Carried. Any HRA Commissioner comments?
Yes, Mr. Chair. Just very briefly, I have been having some conversations with people in the chamber about economic development. As a new commissioner, I'm finding there's a lot to learn. So I've contacted the chair of the commission of the chamber's Economic Development Committee to ask him whether they would be willing to have a meeting sort of talking about what their hopes and dreams are. And I talked with Ms. Severson as well. And I know Ms. Loberg mentioned this in the city council meeting, that there's a branding of France Avenue process they're undergoing. And I'm really interested to hear more about that. And so I've asked them if they would be willing to have a little conversation about the business side of business development and economic development.
Good.
So,
Yeah,
thank
thanks
you.
for that information. Anyone else? All right. Executive Director comments?
No comments from me today.
All right. Is there a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
Commissioner Jackson moves. Commissioner Staunton seconds.
Second.
Any further discussion? All those in favor of adjournment of the HRA, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Carried. HRA stands adjourned.
It was just too big a lift, man.
I almost voted.